on this video as I'm your grateful host, Dan Riley. My fascination with the power of oratory started unconsciously at a very young age, mostly from listening to the politicians of the day or from watching the movies of that time, like the classic movie Patton. Barely a teenager, I remember being transfixed as George C. Scott stands on some large stage with an American flag 100 times his size as a backdrop. He stands at attention for about 30 seconds, making not a sound, fastidiously dressed in his ceremonial uniform, festooned with all the medals he had been awarded over the years, and of course his pearl-handled pistol. Then he begins to address the soldiers that we can't see in the movie. Now I want you to remember that no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor bastard die for his country. This is just one of the many memories I have regarding the great speeches I was exposed to as a youth. My favorite part of history class, maybe the only part of class I actually liked, was learning the speeches of history. Give me liberty or give me death. And Lincoln's Gettysburg Address 77 years ago. I didn't realize at the time that I was developing a speaker's mind. Now, only after looking back, I can actually codify all the processes I'd undertaken over the decades to develop that speaker's mind. To drastically cut the learning curve for those looking to master the great art of public speaking, I offer you 4 tips for developing your speaker's mind. Number 1, become aware of your own voice and your habitual speech defluencies. Ums, ahs, like, you know, I mean, because, going, etc. As I've suggested in a previous video, which I'll link in the description, please invest in a tape recorder. They are worth their weight in gold to a speaker. In that video, I explain in great detail how to benefit from using the recorder. Number 2, increase and expand what you hear and notice when other people speak. What are their speech defluencies? Do they speak in a monotone voice, or do they have a lot of vocal variety? Do they tell stories? I'll talk a lot more on this subject in future videos and podcasts. Storytelling is way more inclusive than just the once upon a time stuff. In fact, in business circles, one-sentence stories are used all the time. Do they have distracting gestures, wringing their hands? Do they have distracting habits like jingling coins in their pocket or throwing their hair back with their head? Being aware of other people's speech imperfections significantly helps you to eliminate yours. Number 3, notice and collect stories. There are stories all around us. The guy who cut you off in traffic can be a story. Songs you hear on the radio can become stories. Every good public speaker tells stories. Stories are to speakers what a hammer is to a carpenter. And as I said earlier, there is much, much more to come on this topic in future videos and podcasts. And number 4, identify your favorite speakers, be they fictional characters in movies like Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday, or TED Talks you've heard. Maybe you're a big fan of Simon Sinek. Once you've identified your favorite speakers, list 3 to 5 reasons why you like them. Really take some time to hone in on the qualities you admire in these speakers. This is really important. You know why? Guess what? Once you've identified the qualities you like in your favorite speakers, you have identified your strengths as a speaker. Late as they may be now, you can be rest assured those attributes are yours too. There you have it, 4 tips for developing a speaker's mind. I would strongly recommend that you dedicate a journal or a notebook exclusively for all that you'll collect while you are developing your speaker's mind. I'd love to learn who some of your favorite speakers are and why. Please let me know in the comments below. For my part, that's all there is. Please hit subscribe and join me, Dan Riley, on this Odyssey into oratory. Until next time, all those bow lines, sail away from the sail, catch the trade winds. We're on the move.